Welcome back to another episode of Tequila Time with the Grandmamis. I'm Annie.
I'm Jen.
I'm Laura.
And I'm Amy.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Not sponsored.
We paid for these. Full price. Hey, yo, I got double the points though, because today is double the points.
Oh,
What are we drinking today?
I am drinking a medium ice kicker with an extra shot of espresso and with oat milk and a soft top.
cold brew, black.
She's psycho.
Dirty chai with almond milk.
She's cute. A protein latte. Almond.
She's a man. Awesome. So let's kind of jump into our weekly ratings. Let's start off with Amy. How was your week?
I rated mine a 9.
Wow.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
And reasons why I rated it a 9. I went to my sister's house earlier this week and was able to celebrate my niece's birthday with her. They're growing up so fast. And then I took my goddaughter to visit Texas State because she's visiting colleges already.
She's growing up too fast.
I know.
Too fast.
So I took her to San Marcos to visit Texas State, and it's nice. It was my first time seeing the campus.
It's nice,
really nice.
but those damn stairs.
Yeah, she's like, they don't call us Texas Stairs for no reason. Oh my girl, you ain't lying.
Is she leaning towards like a certain college?
She's visited Sam Houston and Texas State, and then she's visiting A&M and UT later this fall. So Sam Houston, she felt like it was too small for her. She wanted something bigger. So when she saw Texas State, she really liked it. And she was like, okay, right now I'm ranking Texas State first, Sam Houston second. I think UT's gonna be first at the end of it all. Hopefully, crossing my fingers. But
How come?
she also wants to be a vet. As of right now, she wants to be a vet.
Oh.
So
A&M is really
is
nice.
really good.
Yeah.
So I think that one's probably gonna end up winning.
No.
It's
okay.
But she said,
No,
but yeah,
it's
she,
not.
she was like, I can already tell it's a lot more diverse. Like Texas State, I really liked that. It's bigger. She said the city was bustling, and I for a second I thought she was saying bussin', and I was like, and then my older sister, she was like, what is that? And I was like, she said bussin', and she was like, no, bustling. And then you and I looked at each other, we're like, what lingo is that? And she goes, it's an English word, bustling, like lively. And then we looked it up, we're like,
Oh, it is in the dictionary.
yeah, she schooled us. But yeah, so she really liked it. That was a good experience and really sad. Wednesday, somebody got spontaneous tickets to the Chris Brown concert through work
Fun.
and texted me. Yeah, so we went to go see him, and it was so much fun. And then Thursday, my cousin from Houston came into town, and we went to the Missy Elliott, Busta Rhymes, Sierra, and Timbaland concert. Ooh, that was really fun. And then Viet took his first boards exam yesterday, so we went on an actual date, and we hadn't gone on a date. Like, we've only gone on like one other date this entire summer because he's been stuck studying. So that was really nice. And then the Grandmamis came into town, so it was a 9. I didn't rate it a 10 because I was stressed and anxious all week because of Viet's exam. So
Understandable.
yeah, but really good week overall.
Yay. Love that. Laura?
I'd say 7 out of 10. Not
Okay.
overall, not a bad week. Not horrible, not the best. Because as you probably heard in the news, Hurricane Beryl came through Houston.
Beryl.
And so for that week, my office lost power. Up until Wednesday and Thursday, we got it back. So all those patients had to be rescheduled for this week. So just a little bit more chaotic this week at work, which is fine. It's understandable. So that was probably the only negative.
But do y'all ever catch up? Like, if your patients from last week get pushed to this week, wouldn't that push back patients from this week to next week?
Or does it like...
It was like whatever openings I had this week.
They
And
just
who's
fill the
available.
med.
Yeah, it was like like they got first priority to fill those.
To fill those spots, yeah. So I had openings this week in my schedule. So whoever was scheduled for last week filled those openings this week. And then, of course, some probably ended up canceling. So, yeah, 7 out of 10.
Not
Now
bad.
you're, now you're here.
Not bad.
Now I'm here. So now it's just going to get better.
Yay!
Janelle.
I'm gonna say 10. Boldly a 10. It was a good week. It was a good week.
Love that.
I don't know if y'all could see in the video, but there's Olympic decorations in the background because this weekend and why the Grandmamis are in my casa. The first video in my casa. Yeah, is because I bought a house in April, so we're celebrating a belated housewarming. So everyone's coming into town and celebrating.
Her own car. She got her own house.
So that's fun. I've been looking forward to this all week, so I think that's why it's a 10. But also, as Ate mentioned, Amy mentioned, we saw Chris Brown this week, which was really fun, and like work was actually pretty manageable this week too, which was really nice.
Wasn't Janae also this week?
No, she was Saturday, but I will throw that in there as in yes, I also saw Janae, and that was amazing. So yeah, a 10.
Love that.
Love it.
I gave it an 7.45.
Oh, we're doing decimals.
Okay.
She can't commit.
Like Laura had mentioned, Hurricane Beryl came through. So fortunately, we didn't lose power, but we did lose internet for a day and a half. And I was like, fine, I guess I won't work. But that kind of pushed back my work schedule a little bit. And then, like Laura said, it became a little more hectic this week. So I was kind of like working past like 10 p.m. because these fine ladies thought 10 a.m. And I was like, now I work. So yeah, that was a little hectic. But other than that, not bad. I got to kind of finish decorating the house a little bit because I also have a housewarming that's coming up in like 2 or 3 weeks, so we're just kind of filling up the space. But yeah, not bad.
Nice.
Wow, it's actually a pretty high week for everyone. Despite, and
Love that. Did y'all know that the next hurricane is called Hurricane Chris? And so,
hey baby.
So no, my sister's husband is Chris, and he had severe ADD, and she was like, "Well, if it's anything like Chris, it'll probably get distracted and end up going." Like,
And what did it do? It resolved on its own. It never came. So,
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
that's true.
Oh, so it already passed.
But that was Beryl.
Huh?
That was Beryl.
no,
Right?
No.
Chris was right after. It was after Beryl, and then I think it like
dissolved already.
Yeah, it went away.
Oh,
Yeah.
She was thinking it was still coming.
Oh no.
Oh,
That's
is that
so
what is that
funny.
what all the storms were? Was the residual storms for Hurricane Chris?
No,
or
I don't think it made
No, I think
it
that
far.
was. It didn't. Yeah, I don't think it even made it into the Gulf.
Yeah.
Wait, I need to tell her that. That's
Because I
funny.
was thinking it was like her. Like when you said that, I was like the guy that sang "Hey baby." Hey baby.
His name was Chris?
Hurricane. It
Chris.
literally called Hurricane.
Yeah.
I'll play it during
Hey
the party
baby.
later.
When they see us in the club,
Hey baby.
Yeah. Anyways, awesome. So for today's episode, because we're now all in our 30s, we want to do a quick little recap about our 20s and then talk about some of our lessons learned in our 20s and then what we're most looking forward to of our 30s. So, question for you ladies, what was the hardest lesson or lessons that you learned from your 20s?
Ooh. I feel like your 20s were like the decade where you're trying a lot of shit.
trial and error.
Trial and error. You're trying a lot of shit, whether that's like your like personal relationships, your job, your career, your identity. Like I feel like
Yeah.
we all had at least me and you, Boo, changed our hair like multiple times in our 20s.
Yeah, y'all are still changing
As I
y'all's hair.
still change my hair, if you didn't know,
hope you
I
realize.
have red hair.
Okay, I literally changed my
tense.
hair like every 3 months in my 20s, I feel like.
I think I stabilized more recently, and then I just changed like 2 months ago. So that's
Yeah.
probably why.
But that's not a hard lesson. I think the
A hard lesson,
is
don't
learn-
have burnt orange hair.
use
Don't
purple
use
shampoo. Use purple shampoo if you dye your hair blonde.
Don't use box dyes, and don't let your friend dye your hair in their dorm. And then put
are
a
you looking
plastic
at?
grocery trash bag over your head.
I've done it multiple times. So my fault your hair didn't want to cooperate.
Anyways, but yes, I would agree. That's because your 20s, you're leaving college if you were in college.
Right.
You're entering adulthood, your career, or post-college education, right? There's lots of things that you're transitioning.
And then you actually have adult money.
Like maybe in your late
once
20s.
you start like working. No, bougie one over here.
Oh,
Adult
yeah.
money in Dallas. Bougie Dallas, Annie.
Yeah, okay, you're right.
I was
You're right.
so materialistic in Dallas.
But it's not. But I feel like you actually have money. Period.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah,
like
yeah,
you
yeah.
actually have adult money. You just have money. So like in college, you're like
Scraping.
Eating raw.
yeah, donating blood for plasma for rent money. But you actually have money, so you get a glimpse of that.
Yeah.
So I think that's nice. But what was the lesson there? What were we saying? There was a lesson there tied to that?
Brand name is not everything.
Well, I guess in your 20s, like spending your money, you probably don't learn that until you get to your 30s, and you're like, oh
Right.
shit,
Oh, yeah.
I should have been investing in my money a
yeah.
lot
Right.
sooner. High yield savings accounts, ladies.
We're all on it now.
I know.
We're all
Grow-
in now. We're all in. We're
Grow
all
in.
on it now.
If you don't have a high yield savings account now, you should. Just
It's the easiest way.
Look into it.
It's like the first step. There's many things you can do.
But I feel like aside from money, I feel like the relationship lessons you learn in your 20s are probably one of the hardest.
Oh, for sure.
Like-
I
Intimate
so,
or-
All of it.
in terms of
And
intimate.
friendship. And friendships too.
Yeah. In terms of intimate, my brother-in-law, I distinctly remember him telling me, don't do on and off relationships. He's like, if y'all break up, like treat a breakup seriously. If y'all break up, don't go back and forth, because the relationship pretty much dies. Like you can't save it, whatever, at that point. And I was like, oh yeah. So I took that advice with me. But obviously when you're in a situation, it's a lot
Sometimes you
easier
show up
said
at
than
a
done.
Yeah.
gym pool.
Okay, we're not talking about that. Sometimes. Yeah, it's a lot easier said than done. So I got a taste of that and was in an on and off relationship. It got toxic at one point and finally let go of it. And so I think the lesson there is exactly that. Like if y'all break up, maybe try it once more, but like 3 times, come on.
Yeah.
It's done. Like if it's not serving you,
Yeah.
if it's not,
Fool me once,
Yeah.
shame on you.
fool me twice.
Shame on me.
Yeah.
And it was a shame on me. So I think that's a good lesson that I like took with me. And now I feel like that's a advice I try to share with like other people too. Like treat breakup seriously. Don't throw it out lightly because it's not something to take lightly.
Yeah. Breakups in your 20s were not fun. Especially when it was like your first love, at least for me. That shit was hard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Y'all saw all of that. That was not fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
I chased you down after that too. Yeah.
But as much as people can try to give you advice to leave a relationship, you'll come to it on your own terms, I feel like.
yeah, and I feel like there's no set time either in healing. And like it's just more so of like how you're going to handle it moving forward. Like and I think it's human and natural to like want to bounce back or like want to put yourself
Because it's
back in these things. Yeah, because it's comfortable, or just constantly living in this idea of like what if, or da da da, all this stuff, and just feeding in the delulu when you're young in your 20s and you're naive or whatever. But yeah, to your point, it's just like letting it go, getting to the point where you're comfortable to let it go that's like the journey in and of itself, and that's the hardest thing probably you're ever going to do.
But once you're on the other side, it's so eye-opening and you're like, it's just a relief.
Yeah.
And you can learn from that to not be in that situation again, hopefully.
Yeah. You know what my therapist told me? Is that like when you're, I think it's like 20, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like 23 or 25, your frontal lobe is like when it fully develops. So when I was telling her about my breakup when I was 23, she was like, oh, your brain probably could not properly process that at that point. And that's probably why it felt so bad and so hard, because it happened when your brain wasn't fully developed. So you couldn't connect those mentally, like whatever.
That's so interesting. That's still developing up until your 20s.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do not work in neurology, so I have no comment on this.
But I was like, oh, interesting. So like when I was like talking through that grieving process with her, she was like, yeah, you just need to constantly retell the story in a way that it makes sense, so your brain doesn't process it as flight or flight anymore. It's just being able to accept it for what it is, and that way you can move on. But I didn't know that when I was in fucking 23, so I just cried every day.
Yeah. But yeah, to y'all's point, like, that's more intimate relationships. I think it also ties into friendships.
Oh, yeah, for
Like,
sure.
Yeah.
dedicating time to friendships that don't necessarily serve you, and being able to kind of let go and kind of close that chapter.
Yeah.
I think that's some of the lessons learned as well.
Yeah, definitely realizing that friendships, not all friendships are forever. Even though you might have thought that they were going to be.
Hey, yo, y'all better be.
We got matching rings in Asia, so I
Time
think
to say I want a break.
Debatable.
But also, that was it too. Like, don't take breaks either in romantic relationships. But anyway, what were you gonna say? Sorry.
I was gonna say, but also in your 20s, I feel like you also find friendships where you don't have to necessarily like call each other every day, necessarily have to be with each other every weekend. Like there are certain relationships where you don't have to put that much effort, but you know when you see each other, it's just like everything is normal between the two of you.
Yeah, like time never passed.
Yeah, and like sometimes people get busy. Like I'll use like Cecile as an example. Love you, Cece. But
Shout out.
when she had her first kid, she got really busy. Of course, she's a new mother. She's learning things, and she's busy. And then I had graduated PA school, so I was starting my job. So we weren't in communication with each other as much as we are right now, but it didn't change our relationship necessarily. So yes, you like let go of relationships, but then you also realize which ones to hold on to at the same time, and how much effort both of you are putting into it, and like what's enough for the both of you.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But I also think like the strong relationships also mature. You know, like they kind of grow you
together.
Yeah.
So like you're able to become more separate physically, and like you mentioned, like not spending all the time together anymore, but still be able to jump right back into it the next time you have lunch or coffee. Yeah, I think that's important too.
Yeah. I think we all had a taste of that in our 20s.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, what are some of y'all's best or most loved memories or lessons from your 20s?
College. That was so fun.
Yes.
So fun.
Living down the street from your friends. Like now it's so hard. Like reason why we've only posted like 4 episodes and we're 7 months into the year. Even though we were trying to do 1 episode a month, but it's a 2.5 hour drive to see your best friends now.
Yeah.
We were spoiled being down the street
Yeah.
from each other.
Down the street, across
In the same house.
across the
hallway,
apartment.
not hallway, the living room,
One kitchen apart.
Yeah, we were definitely spoiled. That's definitely like if I could do college all over again, it would be for that reason, just to be around.
Yeah, there's so many memories that you make, and we still have so many stories that we retell constantly because it's just so fun. And then like all of our closest friendships too were from college.
Yeah,
and they're still close to this day.
Yeah,
and it's just I don't know. I feel like college was such like a specific moment in time that I like hold so dearly in my heart, even despite all like the stupid stress and BS of exams and whatever you know.
Yeah.
But that's another thing that you learn as you grow, that the things that stressed you out back then were so minimal.
C's get degrees.
So minuscule.
Yes.
So minuscule.
It's like I stayed up. I pulled an all-nighter for this one exam. Like
That I don't even know what it was about. Like,
now,
I don't use
not
any of
applicable
it.
anymore.
Like I don't use anatomy and physiology in my live entertainment
What was
class.
that? I was trying to tell Jeremy this. What was that one class we took that was in the
Anthropology?
stadium?
Anthropology.
What? Why?
Why did you guys take anthropology?
In the stadium.
I don't know. We were
That was
learning
for
about
business?
fossils. I think it was an elective
Elective that
maybe.
we- yeah,
So
maybe.
we looked it up on their class reviews, and everyone was like, "It's an easy A" or something. So we're like, "Okay,
Bro.
over here learning about fossils." Like, what the fuck do we get ourselves
That's
into?
so boring.
I love how I knew what you were talking about
Yeah.
when you started that.
Yes. Because Jeremy was talking about how he took a class over learning about bees.
Wait for a credit?
Yes, bees.
Like, bzzz.
Yes, like
I make honey, queen bee. Bzzz.
yes.
Is that how they talk to you?
I make honey.
Why are they robots?
Yeah.
Robotic bees.
He's like,
I make honey.
so I was just thinking of that. That's just like, why do we spend half a semester or a semester learning about those random things?
I mean, we just needed a credit.
yeah.
I was just saying yesterday, because when we went to the Texas State campus tour, that Texas State has a program where they give students money and they help them a portion, like a certain amount of money, and they help them invest in stocks and guide them through that and how to do it. And if they lose the money, then they lose it. But if they gain money out of that
theirs?
investment, no, it goes back to the school for their resources. And I'm like, that's so nice. How do we know how to do
But
all
it's a
of
skill
that?
set you gotta take with you.
Yes. How do we know how to do
Honestly,
that?
everyone
Very
should
useful.
go
And you're
through
like-
that.
So I was telling her, I was like, and now looking back, I feel like I'm
Maybe
sure UT
UT.
offered that as a
Yeah.
resource too. But I'm like, I feel like I didn't really make a dent in any of like the resources that they offered us. It was just
We
enough
were
to
just
say.
too busy having fun. Although I did take a class one time that was like showing you how to file your taxes like properly.
Oh.
In college?
Yeah, it was like part of like my human and development course. Like as part of like as one of like the segments we had to learn was like literally how to be an adult.
Accounting 101? Yeah, I took that.
Not that. It was literally like, but it was like
I should've
taxes
taken
and
that.
something else. But I
They
was
should
like,
make that a requirement.
Yes, it should be a
course.
requirement. Why
your
do I have to
bachelor's.
do an elective in anthropology
Right.
when I could be learning
Like,
how to file my
force me-
taxes?
yes.
Yeah.
What is a 401k? What is a Roth IRA? Like, how do I, when I do start making money, do I keep in my bank account? Or if I
Yeah,
invest
I
it, what's the
know.
safe thing to do?
Agreed.
Can I be my own financial advisor? No, because I don't know anything. Help. Help me.
If any financials are out there, help us.
Call me at 1-800.
Why do you have a landline?
Yeah, sorry.
2024.
So I wanted to ask. So college is only in the first part of your 20s.
oh, okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Let's expand it.
Ooh, okay. Moving out for the first time, like out of my parents' home.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because in college, I mean, aside from like moving into your dorm or whatever, that's like a separate thing. But like when you actually like own the place and pick the place and like
Pay rent.
and
Pay utilities.
yeah, pay utilities, like that was. I think that's supposed to like a hard, but I feel like you learn so much about yourself and like the type of home you want to create for yourself because you're actually like I actually pay for this, I'm paying for my food, I'm cooking my meals and all that stuff. But I don't, and that like I feel like also too like in your first home or apartment that you rent, like it's also like a special like thing that you keep to your chest. Like I still remember the first house that I moved into with Ace, and like there were so many memories in that house too. But that was fun, challenging but fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. Because I got my first home in my 20s too, and that was a
Same.
huge learning experience.
Oh, yeah.
I had no idea what I was going. I remember we
What's
were going
an
through the process
escrow?
together too. Yeah, we're like, what do I need to put extra money here or here? And you're like, I'm doing it for my interest, and I'm like, I'm doing it for my escrow. Which one's the right way? And
like
what
they don't teach
percent
you.
down payment is actually reasonable? Because I don't think like 20 is a requirement anymore.
Put
We're
the
just
lowest, and then you put this, and you put
Yeah.
extra amount here.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a huge lesson in my 20s.
But
Just, like,
that
purchasing
also
your
helped
first home.
kickstart your passive income because now you rented that and you bought a second house.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I remembered what I did for the first time.
I know, because you
remember-
still
yeah.
called me.
I still called you up. Do you remember what we did?
Yeah. I would also say, I think it's because we were so close to each other in Dallas. I love that time in Dallas when it was like us
Oh,
two.
yeah.
We had our friend Jeffrey, Twan, and
Jesse.
Jesse. All five of us like hung out so often. It was just so much fun. It kind of like reminded me of college,
yeah.
and I love that time. Aside from being high maintenance and materialistic AF, I love that time.
Yeah.
I also really loved your townhouse that one time, the one that you rented with Aline.
Yes.
Oh, that
Yeah,
was
that was
a
a nice
beautiful
one.
townhome.
Yeah.
Yes, it was so cute.
Yes,
it was
it
like a
was.
little mini house. It was fun. And I think also a big lesson learned in my 20s is living with my sister. Because growing up, we're 2 years apart, so we were like super close in age, and we tend to fight a lot. And then she went to nursing school, I went to college and started a job, but then like we both ended up in Dallas and we moved in together. And that was a different part of our life where we kind of both matured, and we obviously still bicker because we're sisters, but like being able to grow with her, live with her, and see different
It
parts
was
of our
in
lives.
a way like a new relationship. I
Yes.
feel like, yeah, like y'all got
Yes.
closer too.
Yes.
in a way.
Yeah. So I think that was like one of my
Highlights.
highlights of my 20s.
Aw.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And then I guess Germs. I met him in my 20s too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I met Jeff.
Oh, I guess that does count. Like y'all
No,
met
you didn't meet him in your 20s.
Yeah,
Y'all reconnected in your 20s.
Y'all started dating
in my 20s.
But I guess like dating and reconnecting too. No.
Yeah, I met him when I was way younger.
I guess that's another like big lesson. We we learned a lot of things about maturing in a relationship and communicating better and things like that too.
Yeah.
Because I feel like in a way it was a more serious relationship than high school.
If you haven't watched our previous
college.
episode, it's about love languages. You should watch it.
Selfless, shameless.
Awesome. Okay. And then now that we're in our 30s, what most like excites you? What are you most excited for? What are you looking forward to?
You know, I thought people were joking when they would say, "Oh, your 30s are your new 20s," but I honestly, I get
So
it.
far, it's
I get it. I get it because not only do you have your adult money, but you know how to use your adult money now.
Yeah.
And you actually have a house.
Well, understand your
Like you're already
responsibilities a little
established,
more. One thing that I am going to miss about my 20s, though, is how carefree I was in my 20s. Because in my 20s, I didn't have a home yet, so I didn't own a house yet. But now that I'm in my 30s and I own a home, now you realize when things break, and then you have to fix it because you can't call someone. Like if you're renting, like the landlord to come and fix it, you're like, oh gosh, I have to find someone to fix this myself. Or when the hurricane came through and the fences were blowing in the wind like this, I was thinking, oh, if it falls, we have to like fix it, right?
We have to pick it
and
up.
I called my mom and I was like, oh, how much is it to fix like if one side of the fence falls down on one side of the house? Like
Expensive.
$500, Mom. And she was like, I paid $3,000.
Oh my god.
For one part of the fence, like one section.
Like one section of the fence, but they split the $3,000
Between you and the neighbor.
her and the neighbor.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking at Brandon as the fence is moving, and I'm like, should I tell him to go out in the hurricane and hold it up?
Absolutely, you better go over there and save us $3,000, boy.
You'll be fine, right? You save us $3,000.
Wear a rain jacket.
But don't take Cooper with you, okay? Just you by yourself.
Just you go out.
But I'm gonna miss how carefree I was, and I'm grateful to be able to be more carefree in my 20s because I know not everyone is able to be carefree in the 20s. Not everyone is able to afford to go to college and live the college experience that we all got to live. So I am really grateful for that. Honestly, college should be so much cheaper so that everyone can have that opportunity. If we could get rid of electives and instead of like 4 years,
Here we go, anthropology.
like when you go into college, actually like go into classes that help you with your professional career.
Or like actual life skills.
Yeah. Just if you're in your 20s listening to this right
in
now,
high
just
schools,
FYI.
they're offering college courses so that students, and it's not just like dual credit and AP classes, it's a program that students can be a part of so that they graduate with their associate's degree.
Oh.
So now Mayu is just going to have to go to college
For like 2 years?
2 years to get her bachelor's and then can go straight into vet school. So I think that's nice. In a way,
That is
helps
really
save
nice.
Like, I
people
wish we had
money,
that.
Yeah.
But
It's okay, guys. We just grew up in a
it
different
still
time.
doesn't solve the issue of how expensive it is. Period.
Do we need Texas history this many times in school? I'm just wondering.
I think
I'm
it's
just
a Texas
wondering.
thing. I don't know. Nobody loves Texas like Texas loves Texas, you know? I don't know. But I don't know what else excites me about my 30s. So I feel like, we basically just started our 30s.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
fresh into it.
Fresh
so.
into it.
I mean, like, realistically, we're like, some of us are married, so like, of course, in your 30s, starting a family. If you're looking to start a family, it's like obviously something that you're looking forward to. So I guess that's something I'm looking forward to, and some of us are looking forward to. Is
We're gonna be aunties.
I can't wait to be a rich auntie, like a rich, cool auntie, you know, and be like, oh,
this auntie era.
yeah, and like just be like, oh, I'll go take your kid out to go get ice cream and spoil them, and you can have them back.
when they start crying, you can have them back. When they start pooing and peeing, you can have them
When
back.
they start yelling for things that I don't know how to interpret, you can have them back.
Yeah.
I think traveling, I just feel like I've been itching to travel.
More international travel.
Yes, we went to our first international trip in Asia this year.
so fun.
So I want to be able to experience other countries too. So I think
Canada.
I know. I want to. Let's do it.
Let's go to Banff. Banff.
Yes.
I want to go anywhere in Canada.
I want to go anywhere outside of the U.S. Like there's so many countries that I feel like I haven't seen and I want to see.
I've never been to Europe. Let's go to Europe.
I feel like this era is all about just
Exploring.
doing what I want. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I do wish that I did. I was talking to a friend about this too because I wish that I took advantage of study abroad because I feel like I didn't look into it as much as I could have.
100%.
Because I feel like there's ways to do it where it could be affordable. But I was like, oh, I saw that sticker price. I was like, never mind.
Yeah.
But I feel like you learn so much being outside of the U.S. and like being in a different culture and seeing how people like interact in their daily lives.
Yeah.
Like there's so much that you can
Trying
learn that you
different
can't.
cuisines.
Yeah, that you can't learn from a textbook sitting in class or just like at your computer desk all day working. But yeah, I am excited for more international trips in my 30s because now we have the adult money. You have TSA pre-check. You can pay
Global
for
entry.
We know how to use travel reward credit cards.
Yes. And another thing, I feel like the older I've gotten, the less I've cared about small things. Like I'm like, that's not worth my energy. Whatever.
Yes.
I've like let go very like a lot easier.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
I'm like, like that would have bothered me back then, but now it's like, life's too short. Whatever.
Yeah.
Do what makes you happy. Spend that money.
You can't take your money to the grave.
True.
Seriously.
Very true.
Yeah. What I do miss is the stronger body.
Our knees don't work the same anymore. I don't got no meg knees anymore.
My back.
My back.
My lower back.
killing
I'm starting
me.
to have stomach issues. I'm like, is this what getting older?
Hot girls have tummy issues, okay? Hot girls have tummy issues.
But I didn't think it was gonna come so soon.
Like I get so sore so easily. Like everything just hurts these days. Ugh.
Dude, you gotta focusing on your mobility. I feel like that's not something that excites me, but something we should all keep in mind.
Now we sound old.
Dude.
Let's go back to our flirty 30s.
Floaty, bring back the mommies, no more grandmas.
I know.
Oh, when you asked us where we should recommend for your cousin to go clubbing in Houston, I said Costco Club.
I said Buc-ee's.
Bro. No, and when we went to the concert on Wednesday, I was texting her, I was like, do we want to wear lashes tonight? I'm like, oh, but I'm wearing lashes tomorrow. Lashes 2 nights in a row? That sounds tiring. I'm like, just lashes, just dressing up and doing
I literally
this
2 nights in a row.
Oh yeah, this morning getting ready for the podcast, we're like,
like-
are y'all wearing makeup? Question mark, no response for 10 minutes.
So, mascara and blush. Okay.
Shout out to Gen Z. Thank you for normalizing wearing
No makeup.
tennis
makeup.
shoes, sneakers out to like the bars and the clubs. Because when we were out on 6th Street, we were wearing heels, we were wearing wedges.
Stilettos,
Why?
pumps, and the glove.
Why did I put myself through
I
that?
don't know. Pain is beauty, but like, yeah, dude, no one does that anymore.
No, thank
With the pencil
goodness.
skirts. Don't forget the pencil skirts.
Pencil
and the
skirt,
peplum shirts.
chokers.
The peplum shirts, not even the pencil skirts, the bandeau ones.
The bandeau skirts. I mean, it's a type of pencil skirt.
Bandos.
The ones that have like the
banding.
bands. So we were.
Oh yeah. Oh, I call those pencil
yeah,
skirts.
those
Yeah.
are pencil skirts,
Okay.
yeah.
I was thinking like the stick straight ones, but
Oh no, the business.
Yes.
Girl, ain't nobody wear those some
No.
buckshots.
no, I know, but there was like a whole era where people were wearing literally business casual to the club. Do you not? That was
In
probably
college?
like not like maybe like early on because I remember people specifically wearing like my freshman year. I think we all wore like.
Girl, what you doing at the club in your
I don't
freshman
know.
year?
It was so. I just remember there was one night where we all wore like business stuff. I think maybe it was like a thing or something. I don't know.
18 and up club.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably
You didn't break the rules.
We were angels.
Okay. Whatever you say.
The amount of times y'all blacked out on 6 and were in heels.
Hey,
way to expose us.
No.
You mean blacked out my mistake on my essay with my pen? What you mean? Dang.
How did you walk in your heels?
Girl, when
She
you're
did it.
I ran.
And like the streets on 6 are like cobblestone
Oh, I
too.
know.
Like it's not nice paved cement.
And that's why I miss my old body. My ankles were so strong.
And you had to avoid the
horse
the
poop?
horse. Yeah,
Yes.
the horses, the horse. feces, poo.
Drunk people.
Do y'all remember my
sitting on the
21st
floor.
birthday when I wore the all white outfit and then the next morning it was not all white?
Girl,
I thought you never left the couch.
I thought it was like ombre, white to black. Yeah, I don't know what. Why you thought that was a good idea? I don't know.
Do you remember when our friend was getting a ticket on 6th Street from a police officer on a horse, and the other half of the group was, "Can we pet your horse?" While the other person was getting their. It was Jeffrey. It was Jeffrey was getting a ticket, and then we were like, "Can we feed your horse with the carrots?"
I must have been blocking out my essay.
And he was like, "I'm over here getting a ticket, and these girls are feeding horses and petting
Oh,
them."
because he was parked in the alleyway, right?
Because there was an opening in the barricade, and he went through the opening.
Yeah.
And the cop was like, "Did you not see the barricade?" And he was like, "Well, there was an opening." So I just drove, and I saw a
It
parking
didn't block the
spot.
entire entrance.
So I thought it was big enough for a car to go through.
Oh my gosh.
The things we do in our 20s.
No. No.
Oh my god.
Behind us. Chapter closed. New chapter open.
Because what happened at Donata?
Okay. And that concludes our episode. Insert photo here. No. Well, it's more like video clip, but
The video clip of the dog.
You should show them your wall.
oh no. We feel bad. A little
we?
bit. I don't know. It was kind of funny.
No.
I need to paint it still, but
I know, I saw.
so clearly things haven't changed too much.
Yeah. You would think we'd be
It
a
doesn't
little more
happen every
responsible.
weekend.
I mean, you know,
Once
once in a while.
like children start coming into our group,
It'll
I
be
feel like
different.
no, because
we'll
we'll
enter
another notch. No, because we're gonna be teaching them to cheers every single
With their baby
time
bottles.
with their baby bottles in her. Yeah, they're gonna know how to cheers.
They're gonna know
and
how
they're
to,
gonna stay up with us at not stay up, but like,
they're gonna know how to rap.
when I have kids, I want to be able to, if we're having a party,
To have them around.
we'll have them around. But if they have to go to sleep, my mom used to just lay us on a couch in the middle of the party. So I got used to going to sleep with
Loud
music
Oh, me
and,
too, yeah.
and people talking.
Yeah, me too.
I would ideally like to kind of not necessarily put them in the couch
Or
in the
like
middle of
the
party,
room
but like
that's on
a
the-
close
yeah.
by room and where they don't have to have everything black and everything
Headphones.
with
Yeah,
the white
yeah,
noise,
yeah.
like so that they can get accustomed
Used
to.
to, yeah.
I mean, we'll find out when
Hopefully.
we'll find out when
We'll
that
find out.
happens. You know.
Yeah.
But I think that would be ideal because I feel like also too like to the topic of like changing and maturing. It's just like adapting to your new normal.
Yeah.
So I feel like that'll be fun, and then we just get the fun aunties again, and then just teach them how to dance. You know, teach them how to
sports.
Well, my family taught us how to go get a beer. So
That's smart because Jonas
Yeah.
won't do it. That's smart.
Jonas?
yeah, her dog.
Some dogs take
I know.
learn how to
We're talking
open
about kids.
I know, but like
I was
as in
saying
her-
that's
her child right now.
It's her child right now.
because Jonas can't do it. So if I can have a kid do it, that'd be great.
Yeah,
Oh, gotcha.
yeah. We'll find out one of these days.
We'll see. We'll try out the first one.
The guinea pig. poor guinea pig.
Porcupine. Awesome. Great. Well, that concludes today's episode.
We're gonna have a lot of editing to do.
Thank you all for listening. We would love to hear about your 20s, if you're in your 20s, and what you love about it. Or if you're in your 30s, what are you looking most forward to, or what have you experienced so far? So please let us know in the comment section. And then, of course, as always,
Don't forget to follow us. Hit that subscribe button, the little alarm so that you know when a new video is up. But you can follow us at Grandmamis Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. We'll be there.
yay! And our videos on YouTube. So don't forget to watch, listen.
Watch and listen to the full episode on our YouTube channel.
Yeah. Great.
Okay.
All right, one more cheers. One last cheers.
Oh,
Cheers. Oh,
Wow, I barely drank my coffee.
cheers. Until next time.
6 months from now.
Bye.
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 that,